I'm actually going to be showing you guys how to make a simple ingredient that we use in most cocktails. Anybody could guess what it is? It's actually bitters. We have some homemade bitters that I use, and I'm really excited to show you guys how simple, how easy this is to make. So you at home can make your own bitters. Bitters is really simple to make. It may seem complicated, but on this show, that's the cocktail ingredient we're gonna be using to make our first cocktail. I'm gonna get right into it. And I have a jar here, and this jar actually is an airtight jar. So you just wanna make sure you have a simple jar where you could seal it and put it away in a cupboard for a few days. And bitters essentially is a fusion of roots, barks, herbs, spices. We have some cocoa nibs, we have fruits, we have vegetables. And that's actually the fun thing of making your bitters. We have homemade bitters. We can make that at home. We have some tea here. I have peppermint tea. I have chamomile flowers, ginger to give it that spicy note. Bitters originally were made for medicine purposes, and it has developed now to use for cocktails. So we have cocktail bitters, and this is what I'm actually going to be creating. So we're not going to be using it for none of those stuff, right? The actual definition of a cocktail in 1806 consists of spirits, which we know as liquor. It has sugar, water, and one other element, which is bitters. And that was years ago, 1806. I'm excited actually to show you how easy it is to make bitters. Okay, so let's get right into it. And first, you have your jar and you add your ingredients. So there's actually 4 categories that create bitters. First, the spirit, and we're using actually 100% alcohol. Right? A neutral grain, so preferred like a rum or a vodka. You could even use tequila, a strong brandy, right? But those lend more flavors as opposed to clear and neutral spirit. Yeah? After the spirit, next thing is the spices, which is also known as the flavoring. I have clove, which I love to use, so I'm gonna add in some cloves to this. And the good thing about this is freehand, so you could actually use among to taste. I have some star anise, which I actually love. I'm gonna throw in 2 of those star anise. And the other actual category is bark or roots. So I have a bark here, and this is actually a white oak bark, right? I'm gonna put that, that's gonna be the bitter element. And we have barbuande. Barbuande we could use from the root, or we could use the actual bark. I'm gonna throw in 2 pieces of barbuande, right? We know what barbuande good for, yeah? Gonna add some cinnamon in there to give you a citrus, which I love, and it's actually a neutral flavor that your palate is actually accustomed to. So I'm gonna throw in some dehydrated citrus peels and 2 dehydrated wheels here. And I'm gonna try something which I love, and it's actually chocolate mint. This mint actually gives you that chocolate note. I wish you could actually smell it in real, guys. This is gonna be the fresh element, and I'm gonna show you the difference when you use fresh elements as opposed to dried elements. When you check on it, which is recommended, say, almost every day. You could check on it. Give it a shake, and you will know once the fresh element has reached its peak and given off that flavor, then you know it's time to take it out of the concoction, yeah? So to go with that chocolate mint, I actually have some cocoa nibs. And this is our local cocoa nibs. I'm just gonna pour in about a tablespoon. And also we got some Chinese black cardamom, we got some fennel seeds, and we have some peppercorns, right? I have all this here. I even got some mace, guys, which we know is lovely in terms of flavor for creating those milk cocktails like punches. But I'm gonna leave that. We actually have some bay leaf. I love bay leaf. I'm gonna put in 1 leaf of bay leaf. I have some tea here. I actually have chamomile, peppermint, and ginger. So these are all ingredients that is fantastic and you could use in your own bitters. This is actually gonna be a more aromatic bitters because why? Because of the spices. So if you think aromatics, when you have a drink, you nose the drink, and the first thing you actually get is a lot of aromatics, and that is what that is actually what helps you enjoy the drink. So we have all our ingredients here that I'm gonna be using for this, and I'm gonna be pouring in my neutral spirit, and this is 100% alcohol. And you just wanna put in enough where you could cover the ingredients. Yeah? You give it a little shake around and you cover it. Guys, and this is it. This is so simple. You want to leave this for about 14 days and then you would actually say you have bitters, but check on it every day. You give it a shake so all the flavors actually infuse well. And one thing I want to let you guys know, actually, you don't have to use all these flavors that I have here. If you want to use a simple bitters, you use 3 ingredients, that is fine.